you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in rivers, and the tears come streaming down your face, when you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste, could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. And high up above or down below, when you're too in love to let it go, but if you never try you'll never know just what you were. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Tears stream down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. Tears stream down your face, tears stream down your face. I promise you I will learn from your mistakes. Tears stream down your face, lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
Hey you rugby fans, welcome back to my channel. Now my name is Ralph and welcome back to Rugby Fanatic. Wow, what a beautiful clip, beautiful highlights. Brings me back memories in 2013, the Lions series in Australia. I'm super pumped about this game and looking forward to it. I mean, there's going to be all gold. It's in home soil. It's a huge advantage for the Wallabies. And I'm super excited, and I'm just going to break it down. I'm going to talk about, why I believe the Wallabies are primed to win the 2025 British and Irish Lions tour. Now, this isn't just about passion or revenge, it's about cold, strategic rugby. And first, let's set the scene. Back in 2013 was a heartbreaker. Australia lost the series 2-1, and the final test was a blowout. But hey, a lot has changed since then, structurally and also strategically and mentally. And I think 2025 is when it all comes full circle. And when we think about the tactical growth, there's been the biggest shift, coaching cohesion and under the leadership of Joe Smith. We're finally seeing clear system of play. There's a structure in attack, especially, with pods linking tight forwards and midfield backs and creating multiple threats across phases. We're seeing line speed improve on defense and ruck efficiency as well, which killed them back in 2013, is now a genuine strength. And more importantly, this team is now conditioned to play the full 80 minutes at test intensity. The drop-offs that used to happen, post half-time, they are getting rare. And when we look at their Super Rugby form, when we look at the domestic scene, it's no longer just potential. But Super Rugby Pacific in 2025, this year has shown us something we haven't seen, in a decade. And Australian teams are, competing physically and also tactically against Kiwi sides. Brumbies, for example, been a phenomenal team for years. I mean, have arguably, the best lineup, to more execution in the competition. And, you have teams like the Reds have matured under pressure. And also especially their kicking strategy and individual talents as well, are looking promising. They are test-ready playmakers, and you got some young ones in that squad, and honestly, hopefully they get an opportunity, but the Lions will walk into a far more battle-tested environment than, in 2013. And let's hope that James O'Connor, comes into the scene. Hoping that he gets selected. But yeah, I mean, let's be real. I mean, you don't beat the Lions without, matching them up, front, physically. But, when we look at, the Wallabies in 2023 and then obviously in 2024, and we've seen, Wallaby forwards not just absorb contact, but win collisions consistently. Rob Valentini, he's a standout and a genuine game liner merchant. Plays for the Brumbies, but it's the type 5 that's caught, my attention. There's been a massive improvement in set piece consistency, especially at scrum time, and the depth, at lock and hooker gives Australia, that rotation options, and, the Lions historically exploit, and maybe they will use the 7-1 split, tactic, but who knows? But yeah. But hey, we're going to get into my prediction, my breakdown. This is just a prediction. So we're going to go match by match. So game 1 in Brisbane, Suncorp, home advantage at Suncorp. The Wallabies will win, the early aerial battle, kick smart, and I think they'll win by 10, 10 points. So that's game 1 for you. That's my prediction. Game 2 in Melbourne will be a tighter, slower game, but Wallabies discipline. Hopefully they work on their discipline, but I know for sure, hopefully they'll fix that. And line out edge earns them a narrow win by 6 points. And for game 3, Sydney pressure test. I mean, the Lions throw the kitchen sink, but if Australia wins the breakdown, especially at defensive rucks, they'll take it by 3. So series results, my prediction is 2-1 to Australia. So yeah, I mean, that's my final thoughts. It's not just revenge. This is just a strategic evolution. I mean, the Wallabies aren't relying on moments of brilliance anymore. They are building a winning system with depth and also maturity and purpose. Now that they've got Joe Smith as their leadership, there's been a huge difference. I mean, they beat England last year in that Northern tour. I mean, Australia, they've had a good season last year, but it was some glimpses of, there's some areas that they needed to improve on. And if they can work on their discipline, that's where they're lacking, then everything will work out for them in this Lions series. But before we wrap things up, I want to take this moment. And everybody's talking about it. It's been confirmed. And I just wanted to congratulate Les Kiss on his new role as the Wallabies head coach for 2026. Now, this is a huge move for Australian rugby. I mean, I've got a lot of respect for him. Transitioning from league to union isn't easy. But Les has done an incredible job with the Reds this season in the Super Rugby Pacific. He's showing real growth and technical sharpness. The job he's done with the Reds this year in Super Rugby Pacific is a testament to his coaching style, and I'm really excited to see what he can bring to the Wallabies. And he's a guy who knows how to build, resilience and also structured team. And I think he's going to take this Wallabies squad to new heights. So the question is, can the Lions bring elite, class across the park? Of course. But cohesion wins series, and Australia finally has it. So yeah, there's my prediction and also my thoughts about the big game, the Lions and Australia. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you agree? Are the Wallabies, really ready to take down the Lions, or will history repeat itself? So comment below. It'll be interesting to hear your thoughts. And thanks for tuning in. Keep supporting your rugby teams and keep the rugby spirit alive. And don't forget to subscribe for more rugby content, and we will see you in the next video.